Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is HoneyYTR here, and today we're making a fast rebirth setup. Well, it's not fast, but it's an efficient rebirth setup that will help you rebirth in the Minus Haven demo game, the third sacrifice. If you have about 500 QD to start off with, that's about, probably 350 actually. That's how much you need to start off with. I mean, later on you will have to buy, like, the 6 of the portable microwaves, which will boost your speed significantly, and then the furnace you will buy the Shrine of Penitence later, which you don't need to buy right now. You just need to have about 350 QD. Let's get this started. You will need to actually have one set of teleporters for the green, one orange set here, and then about 3 to 4 of these. That's all you really need. There are several shop items you need, so you can't just, like, go here on, like, a willy-nilly. But, we're gonna start off with doing the Painite mines. We're gonna do about 7 or 8. We're gonna do, like, about 7 Painite mines, just to make it a little more efficient. So I'm gonna place and we're gonna need a pink teleporter, which this is gonna fit once I readjust this and actually place it in the right spot. This will go here, and this will go here. Okay, now definitely get a pulsar or two. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then get rid of 1, and then get rid of 1. Okay, and then we're gonna do a pink teleporter. Now, make sure you do it as close to this as you can, so we have room for other stuff later. Or magnifier. We're gonna do a center conveyor. Wrong one. Don't use a hydraulic one. Use a regular centering conveyor. Or a tracker. A couple of the precision refiners, which we do 4. Now, this is really the easiest row of them all. It's actually not the easiest, probably the second easiest row of them all to make. But, I mean, this is just the making the couple millions and billions. And then we're gonna do 4 of these. We're gonna move this, because we're gonna do 1 set of these and then another set of these. Now we're gonna do a Freon Blaster, which we do have. I'm gonna type in because I can't see it, I'm blind. And then we have a little bit of extra room because we skipped a precision refiner. So we're gonna place this here, and then we're gonna place this here. I'm just gonna do a half conveyor since I don't feel like moving it back. You don't have to do it the same way I did, but just make sure that you have 4 precision refiners, and then we're gonna teleport to a green teleporter. Or an orange teleporter, actually. Doesn't matter the order of the teleporters, just make sure you have, like, the same system we do. Now here, you're gonna want to do a little bit of spacing with this, so you might want to do, like, about here. Don't have it full against the wall, because you want to make a little setup for the Schrodingers. So we're gonna have we're gonna have 1 space in between, so we have a conveyor. We're gonna do a conveyor here, doesn't matter what it is, and then we're gonna do a hydraulic conveyor, which I should have already. And then you're gonna do this up 1, and then we're gonna do the hydraulic up conveyors, what we're gonna call ramp upgraders. Just make sure that you have them going upwards and not the other way that you can do them. The other way will not help you at all. And then have the teleporter. Now, this is if the upgrader is part of this row, but we're gonna add some cautionary stuff that'll help ensure that the we lose as few ores as possible. You're gonna do this, and then when you get to the very top, you can either use a upwards ramp, or you can use a. Let's just do a center ramp because this might actually work. There. And then you want to have walls surrounding the entire thing. Like, get them as close to the conveyors as you can, like we're gonna do this. It may help. It will help with some ores, but it won't help with all ores. Like, some of them will get stuck. And you also want to have them around the plot along the Schrodinger as well, because this will make sure that the ores can't explode outwards as much. And this will just make sure that you have as many ores surviving as possible. Like, it's better to have the ores go through the Schrodinger's more than they need to, because there's a limit of 5. I'm only using 4, because I think this is good enough. But if you want to use 5, go ahead. If you want to use less, go ahead to do the same setup, but with this less Schrodinger's. And then we're gonna do the hydraulic teleporter. We're gonna do this right about here. There should be enough room. Hopefully, we're gonna move this plate down 2 more. Doesn't matter where, as long as you have enough room for everything in the end. And then now we're gonna switch to freefall upgraders, which we need to move both these up a lot more. In a minute, we'll do it at height limit. Move this. Same spot. Go down 1. Down 1. Down 1. Down 1. And then you're going to want a centering another hydraulic centering conveyor. About as high as you can get it. And if you can't get it any higher, then that's it. Like you just do about here. Centering conveyor, and then you do the hydraulic duality. You raise this to the same height or a little lower than the hydraulic centering. We're gonna buy 2 more centering conveyors so that we can place them down below. Centering conveyors. And then we're gonna do them down below so that we can hit this upgrader while we do it. Okay, we're gonna drop this by 1 block so that the beam actually hits the ground. We're gonna do a ramp. Or I want to do a large converter ramp, and then we're gonna do the ore zappers, which we still have. We have 3 of. Boom. And then into a blue teleporter. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a wall setup. Here we're gonna add some more walls to the side of this. Because these ores tend to like to fall a lot, so we're gonna place them on the side of the conveyor And then we're gonna place some here so the ores don't fall as much. The walls you really need. You really shouldn't need any other walls. And now we're gonna do the blue setup, which will be... We're gonna do... Let me see. Blue teleporter. Or blue receiver, actually. Now I'm gonna buy 1 thing just to make sure I have this, upgraded right. Set up right. I'll buy 1 of these. I'm gonna do the ramp. Converter ramp. And then however much space there is in between the wall and this is how much you're gonna want to save. So if you can set, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna back it up. There. Now you're gonna want more of the hydraulic up conveyors. You're gonna turn it this way, go up 1, and then put 5. And then you're gonna put a conveyor right about here with plasma, with about 10 plasma iron going through. Now you will lose some ores because the hydraulic ramps don't like to go straight sometimes. Just make sure you have all 10 placed. This ensures that you get more ores to be that 4 times multiplier. And then we're gonna be doing... Actually, I'm gonna remove this for now, since some of you guys may not have the QN. But you'll be placed in the 6 right here, which I'll show you later. And then we're gonna do the flaming ore scanner. 2 of these. Into the green teleporter, which is the last teleporter you're gonna need. You can't really have a choice. There's no more left. And then you're gonna want to do just about this, as close as you can get to this without too much leg room. A centering conveyor. And then you're gonna want... We're gonna get the rest of the flaming ore scanners first, which you only need 1 more of. And then we're gonna Freon Blaster, just to get rid of the fire. And then we're gonna do 2 professional upgraders. Which we're gonna need all 4, or 3 if you don't want to buy another one. And then we're gonna do this. 2 professional upgraders right here. Not professional, orbital. And then you're gonna wanna do these. Which I'm gonna just duplicate doing this for, because I don't wanna do both sides at different times. You're gonna keep going with this. until you hit very close to the wall, which we're gonna do this, and then this. Now, withdraw this one, and a wall, right here. And then we're gonna go down to about here, or here. And then we're gonna do centering conveyors about here. And then here. And then we're gonna place some more of these. We're gonna move this here. We're gonna do one here, and one here, and one here. And then we're gonna place the rest of these. We're gonna place about... We're gonna move this one so we have a little more room. Okay, we're gonna place one here. We're gonna leave a gap. We're gonna do one right here. And then we're gonna do 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna move the last of the orbitals to right there. And then we're gonna move the rest of the professional upgraders to right here. And then the furnace that you're gonna be using is the Dream Maker 15x, which is a good multiplier. Now we're gonna add all the plasma conveyors, which will be... And you don't really need that many. You just need enough to fill up the spaces in between. Now, if you're wondering why do we need all these advanced stuff, like the advanced portable advancers, it's because they actually give a decent multiplier, even though they take up so much space. But we're gonna do a half conveyor right here. So anywhere that you can't fit a plasma conveyor, just try and fit a half conveyor if you can. We're gonna move this forward 1. Yeah, just buy, like, make sure you have, like, 350-ish QD to start off with, because that's all you're gonna need. If you have more, then just try and buy as many of the portable microwaves as you can. And then you'll be good to go. Now, if you don't have enough money to get a portable microwave, I'm gonna explain that in about 2 seconds. I place the last half conveyor. Okay. Do I just not have enough of these? Wow, I didn't even buy enough. Okay, there. Now we're gonna pulse the ores with the pulser because you'll lose half your ores while making the setup if you set it up. From how I did it. And you're gonna pulse this because the ores are probably stuck somewhere. You also in the teleporter. Now, if you have a enough money to buy the portable microwaves, you're gonna want to place them about roughly here for the first one, and then you place them right here for the last 5. Now, I'm gonna skip to the when all 5 are placed, or all 6 are placed. After these first couple go through, I'm gonna move this one for now. So I want to show you guys what the ores will be valued at without the portable microwave, so the first few ores will not count. It should be about 7 or 8 QD per ore. This doesn't look like a lot of ores, but we only need 1 QD per ore. We only need 1 QN per portable microwave. It's a lot. So these first ones will be worth a little more. Some of them, yeah, this is like about 4.4 QD. But most of these will be roughly 4.4 QD to like 8 QD. The showing girls make sure that it helps. But now I'm gonna place them down. You will have to pulse sometimes, but you will lose half your ores like you see right here. Like this ore is stuck on the side of the conveyor, but it's not worth anything, so who cares? But it will take significant ore space. And then you just save up for the remaining there. That's only with 1 portable microwave. Also, you can also buy the Shrine of Penitence, which is only about 1.4 QN, which will increase your props by about 66%, because 15 to 25 is about a 66% increase. I don't want to explain that math, so, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, if I'm right, I'm right. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip to that, when I have the Shrine of Penitence, and all 5 more of these placed. Okay, we're just about enough money to get all 6. We have... There we go, we can buy the 6th one now. Now, you will see in a moment when all these ores are going through. Now we're making about 24 higher QD per ore, which doesn't seem like much. We need about 50 QN for the first rebirth if you're on your first life. But we can get like 480 QD, to a little more. And also, let's try and penitent. It's a 25, not a 15, so it's a little more increase. So now we're making QN pretty fast if you're on your first life. But if you're not on your first life and you have any of the following items, like the Catalyst, or the Ancient Temple, or the Quantum Ore Cleaner, I have all three of those. I just don't have the Wild Spore yet. I'm not sure the Wild Spore is a multiplier in this game, because they've made changes since compared to Myers Haven Regular. So if you have any of those items, what you just do is back this up, you place the Catalyst on the very end, and you move this back to the very end so you have time to move all this. And then now you do the Ancient Temple, if you do the right direction. And then you place this. Okay, look, now they're worth QN into a lot more money. And since you're only gonna need about 300 QN per rebirth, once you get to life 11, this will be a huge increase for people. Like, I'm already skyrocketing with the amount of money I have. Well, if you have any comments to add to the setup, or make about the setup, or any other steps you guys want me to make for this game, or either the other Myers Haven game, I am life like 10,000 and something in the other game, Myers Haven Regular, so if you guys want me to make a setup for like 5k, or a smaller setup for like, 1k, or a no exotic contraband, or like limited item setup for 5k, I can do that. Just let me know in the comments below, and follow for more. And I know I would have done this with my friend Noodle, but the first take we took, it was not as good setup as this. We didn't have the Schrodinger's last time, which would have been a 10 times slower rebirth. Like, I think I spent like 2 hours waiting to get my first life, trying to get 50 QN. But then after I got the Quantum Ore Cleaner as my first item, it's a little better now. So also make sure you save this loadout. Like, I'm gonna do that now because I haven't saved this particular loadout yet. But make sure you have like a setup like I do here. You guys want to see a little peek at the setup. I'm just gonna withdraw this now. Actually, gonna withdraw this now. I'm gonna give you a little peek at my other setup that I use to actually get this much. So since I have a Nature's Grip, I use a Painite Mine setup that goes into since this doesn't give an or a counter or a tag. You can place it into a blue teleporter, and then a hydraulic teleporter into a center, and then into Nature's Grip, and you'll get about 100 times 56, about 5.6 QD per 100 ore, which you just have to wait a couple of minutes just to get, about 300. The one you need for the setup, but that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.